A glass of milk.
The year was 1863 and one day, a poor boy named Howard Kelly was selling goods door to door. Papers and pencils, papers and pencils. After a full day of working, he sat under a tree and he figured he had only a little bit of change left, but too little to get some food. Forget food, Howard. If I get some water to quell my hunger, it would be a miracle. Howard had lost all hope, but he couldn't just sit under that tree, brooding over his fate. So as drained, as hungry and sad as he was, he still got up to try and sell his wares. He came to a house and knocked. As he approached the door, he was determined to not only ask for food but to make a sale at the end. A lovely young woman opened the door. "Yes," said the woman. "Papers and pencils, papers and pencils. Ma'am, would you care to buy some?" The woman saw Howard exhausted, then she said, "You look so tired." "Actually, I'm a bit tired. Could I please get a glass of water, ma'am?" Instead of a meal, he asked for a glass of water. The woman remembered seeing this young boy many times, working hard, going up and down the streets, knocking on doors. Almost everyone in the neighborhood knew his story, and that many times, instead of selling to people, he helped them with their chores. She thought he looked hungry, so she brought him a large glass of fresh milk instead of water. Howard drank it slowly and then asked how much he owed. "You don't owe me anything," she replied. "I know you help many people in our neighborhood. Mother has told us that kindness is repaid with kindness." He replied, "Then I thank you for my hurt." Right there and then, Howard felt stronger and more confident as he found some hope in the kind actions of the young woman. He continued on with his work, feeling recharged by a near smile, some words, and a full glass of milk. Years later, that young woman became critically ill. The local doctors were baffled. They finally sent her to the big city, where they called in specialists to study her rare disease. Dr. Howard Kelly was called in for the consultation. When he heard the name of the town she came from, a strange light filled his eyes. Immediately he rose and went down the hall of the hospital to her room. Dressed in his doctor's gown, he went in to see her. He recognized her at once and remembered the kindness she showed him that day and how much that helped him. He went back to the consultation room, determined to do his best to save her life. From that day, he gave special attention to the case. After a long struggle, the battle was won. Dr. Howard requested the business office to pass the final bill to him for approval. He looked at it, then wrote something on the edge, and the bill was sent to her room. She feared to open it, for she was sure it would take the rest of her life to pay for it all. Finally, she looked, and something caught her attention on the side of the bill. She began to read the following words: "Paid in full with 1 glass of milk. Signed, Dr. Howard Kelly."
The end.